There's another thing that's slightly different about the world of online streaming, which is that we need to make sure, firstly, that we don't leave up full screen slides like this when we've moved on to something else. And the reason is that for the Vision Mixer, it's much easier for them if they can leave this layered on top of the cameras. So the problem is that you wouldn't see the cameras once this video finishes if you don't move on. So that's why you'll see we're making a lot of use in the playlists of a branding slide like that. Really nice. Video's finished. We go to transparent, so you can see the cameras underneath and the logo. Those of us who've run services a lot from ProPresenter will know how stressful it can be sometimes when you're scrolling up and down trying to find the quick logo slide. It's not quite so difficult now because it's a fairly easily recognizable visual. But I'm going to show you two things that will really help you out sometimes. The first one is found over here in the clear buttons. So these used to live top left in former versions of ProPresenter, but now they kind of sit alongside the screen, which I think makes a lot more sense. These allow you to do a few things. So imagine you've been playing the video, and we'll just fast forward it. It's finished now. You could find that it's just a bit too much to scroll up and down and try and find, and you forgot to dump a logo slide into the running order. What do you do? What you want to do is clear to logo, this button here. Click it, and what happens is you get green for transparent, and it adds the logo. So that's really nice, an instant way to guarantee that you're now safe, you're not sitting on top of the cameras, and the director will really thank you for that. Um, we don't use the clear all button, and I'll show you why. Clear all is just black, and what that means is that the whole broadcast goes black. So we don't want clear all. Annoyingly, you can't disable buttons in ProPresenter, but we really do not want a clear all button for our setup here. Clear to logo is what you want. It's an instant way of essentially going clear, but still having the logo. Linked to that, there are times when you're going to want to add a logo to something else that's happening. So generally speaking, we don't do that for videos. We don't have logos on videos. But there are times, for example, if you're having some slides up like this that you're having up for a long time, you might want a logo on those. And secondly, if you've not already added logos into some song words, you might want to have a logo on those. So here's an example of a song which doesn't have a logo in it. And that's a real shame because we're now going to have several minutes of broadcast without the Ivy logo. The way you can add the logo is to add it as a prop. Props are things that sit on top of every other layer that you've got going on. And you open up the props button here, you click the Ivy logo, and hey presto, the logo appears, and it'll stay there now. So as we move through other things, it will just stay there. If we use any of the clear buttons, that might affect it. So you can get rid of it here with clear props. It goes away. And to get it back, you have to go back to props, click the logo, and there it is. And so you might have situations where you want the logo up most of the time, but when you come to playing a video, there's so much branding there already, we tend not to have the logo on it. For example, this end screen here, we usually don't leave the logo up for that, so you could clear the prop just like that. But so it's worth talking in advance with the director for the day and say, got these 3 videos. Do you want a logo on any of them? And you can add them very easily. So IKTV channel, just play that video now. Actually, having a logo on that probably is going to look quite messy. It's going to override the IKTV logo. So check these things in advance while you're planning the service. You wouldn't want to be using the prop for IKTV videos, but probably you want to make sure that you're using it for most other things that you've got coming up in this particular playlist. So look ahead, you can clear to logo There's like an emergency panic button at any time. You're now clear. You're not sitting on top of the cameras, and you've got the logo. And then you've also got the option to bring in that prop at any time for yourself as well.